Watercooler.
Yes, that's right. That can means only one thing. It's time for the water cooler, our special beginning of the week episode. It's a nice Monday as you record this. Tuesday as you're probably hearing this. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is the show where I, Chris Loxamana, hang out with my Corolla Digital dudes, drink some Claw, and kick it Philly style.
Found the Claw's only weakness: sub-zero temperatures.
I got the drops. With me today, Caelan Biehn here.
What's going on?
Hey, Caelan.
Hi.
How's Insomniac?
Couldn't tell you.
That's funny. He told me he saw you the other day. You don't
Really?
know? No, I'm lying. I'm trying to just catch him, but it's not going to work. Gary Smith's here.
What's up? What's up?
What's up? And Matt Fondiler.
Hey, brother.
Hey, brother. Mike Dawson is not here. It's been a weird day at the studio. We had Ted Cruz come in, and he and Corolla just went long. So it's it's a lot later than we usually record this show because we always wait for Adam to finish his shows, and then we take over the studio and do the real pod.
And there was another surprise interview that none of us knew about that happened at the last minute today. So the day was stretched even thinner still.
Yeah, pull the curtain back a little bit. We got Matt deals with all of Adam's scheduling, and
Usually,
and today he gets an email probably minutes before the show.
and by the way, let's just give Matt credit where it's due. When Matt is in charge of dealing with all of Adam's scheduling, things go relatively smoothly around here.
Oh,
Yeah.
thanks.
It's not an easy job. It's very difficult. But when from time to time somebody decides to go rogue and make decisions without Matt Fondiler in the loop whatsoever, that's when things start to go haywire, and that's what happened today.
I'm trying to see what time the email came in at. It wasn't with minutes to spare. We don't need to
No, it wasn't.
exaggerate that much.
I think
Not
you
a
told us about it
dramatic
around
effect.
11:30 this
yeah, it was
morning.
like 11:30. There you go. We have like a 1 o'clock show, so
But
it was
it's-
like 90 minutes before.
But it's very unusual
Yeah.
that there's something on Adam's schedule that we don't know about days in advance.
Let's just say I got copied on an email that just said, "Great, let's do it." And I was like, "What are we doing? What's great?" And then I did a little bit of research and found out that this reporter, who's sort of like a friend of the like the Prager No Safe Spaces universe, was only in town very briefly and wanted to just talk to Adam about his book. And when his new book's out, we're trying to do as many hits as possible.
Sure.
But yeah, I definitely, had there been any other option, I would not have recommended that be scheduled immediately following an interview with Ted Cruz, because we all know that one's going long.
Yeah,
It did go
And
on.
it went
I
long.
went the distance.
And it felt real bad when it was like, we're going to go look at the race car shop for a little bit. And I see this reporter, and she's like, "Cool, we'll just hang out here."
I heard that.
And we're just like, "Hey, you want to talk to Adam Carolla? That's what you got to do." And I
Yeah.
think she understands that.
Well, it's all over. We can crack some Claw.
Nothing can stop the
I don't think it is.
Okay.
Yeah. Is it?
Does the red light mean that it is?
No.
Not necessarily. When Matt was talking, it sounded a little weird in my headphones, so I was wondering if maybe because that mic is so hot, he was getting caught by both of
I'm
them.
too hot for the mic.
It's just your podcast
Wow.
voice.
Yeah, that's all it
hey.
is.
Sorry.
Before the show heated up, I walked behind Matt, and I do the thing that I do. It comes from my working at a restaurant background. Usually when I turn to corner, I'll corner.
Yeah, I noticed you did that before you came into the studio today.
I'll do that every once in a while. We have
I
sharp
have not
corners
heard
here.
you do that.
It's a good thing.
I've done
Oh
it.
no, I've
I've heard him do it. He doesn't do it often, but
If I need to do it, or if I'm holding my laptop or something.
As if you're
in front of
holding
me,
something, yeah.
I don't want to crash into you. So
Me and Gary bumped into each other a couple times.
see,
coming down those corners.
you
yeah.
see. But if you enunciate corner,
Yeah.
if you announce yourself, declare where you're going,
Yeah, we used to
Caelan.
say that on the production sets.
Oh
That was a
yeah, of
term
course.
That it was yelled out.
And the other one, behind you. And I always say that as well. And I did it to Matt. And I said, behind you. And I took the rolly chair that Matt is sitting on right now, and it bumped him in the back of his ankle.
Yep.
And under his breath, he muttered, the hazards of wearing flip-flops. which is Matt's signature footwear.
I appreciate
choice.
I appreciate the fact that Matt owns that is pretty much on him.
It's a risk.
You might have been the one that pushed the chair that hit him, but he's taking the risk, and thus he assumes that
That's right.
That
No harm, no
responsibility.
foul.
Yeah, it's
Only
like-
a little bit of harm to me, but no foul.
That Dimitri Martin joke where he says, "What you wear says an awful lot about how you perceive your day is going to go." Whereas flip-flops, I hope I don't get chased today.
That's right.
Yeah.
I've done the math. It would have to be a pretty extreme scenario for me to be chased.
But Matt,
Yeah.
you're the only one that consistently wears flip-flops.
Yep. Have for many years now.
I don't wear flip-flops ever. I probably
hate flip-flops.
I probably
I hate
will
them.
wear. Yeah, see, I will wear flip-flops probably 4 times a year, and that's just because I'm going to the pool, and I don't even like doing that.
The pool, the beach, I still won't wear them.
What do you do? Shoes, no socks?
Yeah, like old shoes that I don't care about. Like old shoes, no socks.
4 times a year. Those are JV numbers. You got to pump those numbers up.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Well, no.
You're a beach kid. You grew up in Long Beach. How did you not get into the flip-flop culture?
I went shoes, no socks. Well, I skateboarded my whole life as well, so like I always needed something I could skateboard in. If I skateboard to the beach, if I skateboard wherever, I don't skate in flip-flops. Or I didn't prefer it, at least. So, Matt, I need you to give me some pros of flip-flops, because I only know the cons. I think they're uncomfortable. I think they're inconvenient.
Okay, let's
Both
break
true.
this down.
Wow.
Let's
Ugly.
break it down. That's what I want. I want to dismantle.
God.
I want to dismantle your flawed logic here.
Chris is 1 and 2. Just could not be more wrong.
2 and 2 in my book.
Now, the comfort factor, I will agree. There is a built-in period of time with the flip-flop where you have to allow that little nub on the sandal to come inside of your foot, to become one with your foot. Gary knows what I'm talking about. I don't even have to look at him to see the lean back.
Oh, he was looking right at the camera. He did one of
Way
those.
back.
He did one of those turn to cameras.
If you want to use what Gary and I were talking off the mic, if you want to wear slides, you just slip your foot in. You don't have to lock your toes with that weird little nubby thing. That does minimize the discomfort period.
I don't appreciate you being too technical with your vocabulary.
Sure.
Well, it's important, though, Chris. I constantly get into fights with one of my best friends about this because he refers to those as flip-flops. And while I will grant you that slides, or some people would call them soccer sandals or something, while I would grant you they are a sandal, they are not a flip-flop by pure definition of the term flip-flop. You need that sound in order to call it a flip-flop.
I agree. But so
So
slides
I'm-
are flip-flops.
No,
But
They flip and they flop.
they do not.
They absolutely
If
flip
someone
and
was
flop.
wearing those shoes and someone said, "Hey, what shoes does that guy have on?" I say, "He's got flip-flops on."
And I would even say visually they flip and flop, maybe even more
No.
than
Well,
that.
we
They
were
flip
talking
and
about
flop
this
some,
too.
but not more. Not
yeah, because I
way
used to
less.
wear the slides, and I feel like people didn't notice the flipping and flopping sound as much as people comment on it now.
Yeah.
and it's because I transitioned into the flip flop.
Well, I also think it's the material that makes the sound. It's not necessarily the design.
Okay.
Because slides are usually a little thicker. They're closer to shoes than what Matt's wearing right
But
now.
what
The thong sandal is what we're talking about.
And that's right. That's what they were called.
Yeah.
What would be uncomfortable for you about wearing a slide sandal?
Oh, I love slides.
Okay, so you're specifically talking about the flip flop.
I like
the
slides,
thong that
yeah.
you would find uncomfortable. Okay, I was in the same boat because I was also just like I couldn't get over that, like the callus that needs to form on your foot. But once you get used to it, and there is like maybe a week-long period, but it's like riding a bike. You'll never have to do it again.
Yeah, but the slides are so much more convenient because your whole foot just fits in there. You don't have to separate any toes. And you could, if you're wearing socks, you don't need to take off your socks.
I'll grant you that they're more convenient. So much more convenient? How big a chore is it for you to put on flip-flops?
it can get annoying if you are inexperienced.
Caelan, the voice of reason.
I guess.
It can be quite frustrating putting on damn flip-flop.
I think that mask is depriving you of oxygen.
Yeah. I mean, again, I feel like if the conversation we're having is about whether or not you should wear slide sandals instead of wearing regular tennis shoes, if that would meet your standards, then come in here and wear slides all the time. I would be happy with that. You don't have to wear the thong for me to allow you into the casual club that I spend every day in.
In fact, please don't wear a thong into the casual club that Matt spends every day in.
If you have a little bit of foot shame, maybe is that why you're uncomfortable?
No,
You
I'm
don't
not
like the
foot
way your
shame.
feet look?
My feet are fine. I don't know.
All right. Well, then,
I guess.
Then I don't understand.
Chris, have
Again,
you
they're
ever-
uncomfortable very briefly, and then they are like not wearing shoes at all, like super comfortable.
Have you ever tried a good pair of flip-flops? Because I will say that cheap flip-flops, some cheap flip-flops don't ever break in properly.
I heard rainbows are good. Do you know where I could get a good pair of rainbows?
I've heard of that brand. Yeah, Gary's smiling like he
That's a
wants
good
to
brand.
murder you.
I've never heard of that brand.
Yeah.
It is a great brand, and
Save it for Patreon.
I don't think I can.
Asshole. I'll bring them
You
tomorrow.
know, nobody's safe in Patreon now, Gary. You of all people should be aware of that.
by the way, for fans listening to this, you guys missed our Patreon episode.
Yeah,
I'm assuming a lot of you
Our
did.
premiere Patreon. We had a whole other episode.
Yeah, it was great.
And if you want to check it out, patreon.com/watercooler. And help
I feel like
support
we
the
brought
show.
it too. It was pretty
that,
fun.
That vanity URL just sings.
Nice, right?
Isn't it just-
really
Patreon.com/watercooler.
does.
It's so...
Can we briefly talk about the milestone that we reached?
Sure.
We had our 69th Patreon subscriber. That was hot.
Yeah, we're going to have to figure out something.
We're going to do
do
something special for that.
Yeah,
So.
we know who you are.
Yeah.
I was
We're
watching.
saying.
I was watching carefully.
Gary alerted all of us. We did it. We must honor this man.
It was a milestone. It
Yeah. So congratulations.
milestone.
Yeah.
was a milestone. That's true.
That's a milestone.
And no, that's definitely not what I spent most of that day waiting for.
All right. So do we have a shade today?
Oh, yeah,
Fondiler?
dude.
Absolutely.
We are making our way through the bracket.
We are
which,
really doing that.
by the way, if you missed our
Yeah, you have to
Patreon
recap.
show, you missed a segment of this bracket. We selected 3 different things to move on. And something that I can't explain. It just has to be heard to be believed.
That's true.
Yeah, that is true.
So we can't even give the results of last week's.
I mean, I'm not doing it today. Maybe in a few weeks. I don't know. We'll see.
Listen, depending on how it shakes out from week to week, you might hear the results on a future Monday episode, Tuesday episode, depending on when you're listening.
Yeah.
But we're not going to rehash, the Patreon here.
I'm just saying that train's moving forward, baby. We're just got to keep going with this.
Jump on, or you won't know what the best food is.
Jump on or get run over.
Well, we'll get to Shay in just a moment, and we'll find out if we're getting ran over or jumping on.
Yep.
Earlier this week, Adam emails me, Corolla, and
It wasn't Adam Devine.
no, it wasn't him. And he emails me, hey, check my yearbook for he wanted me to look at his senior yearbook for something, and I noticed something weird. So while I'm perusing through Adam's yearbook, I go, I should look at Adam's yearbook photo. And I go to it, and it's his name isn't in alphabetical order. Everybody's is, except after the Z's goes Adam Carolla. And I'm thinking, why? There has to be a reason for that, right?
Why he's not
Sure.
photoed in order.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I thought that was weird. I've been meaning to ask him about it, but I mean, there has been times when my friend Jason, popular from the Jake and Jason stories that I tell every once in a while.
We're doing more made up stuff.
No, Jason's totally real, and he was left out of the yearbook. And what they did for him was they gave him a bunch of pictures of him that had sticky backs that he would just insert into his friend's yearbook.
Oh, so embarrassing.
Yeah, doesn't that suck?
Yeah.
Senior year, and you have to, hey, can I see your yearbook? And just stick that on there at the end. And every yearbook has like at least the people he knew.
Is the picture at least the same size as the other pictures?
It's bigger.
Oh, no.
It's bigger. Yeah, so I wonder if Adam has like a similar thing. Like he was an afterthought. And that's why Adam Carolla comes after the 2 guys whose last name ends with Z.
I mean, I have to assume it has something to do with the dues that you have to pay or something to get into the yearbook or to get your picture taken. And it was probably a last minute kind of thing. That's my guess.
We will have to uncover this mystery. Do you guys keep your yearbooks?
I'm going to go out on a limb and say it has something to do with his parents.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I mean. Exactly.
Exactly.
I don't have my yearbooks at my house that I live in, but I do have my yearbooks at my family's house, just in some box somewhere with all my other shit.
They take up a lot of space.
Yeah.
And they're heavy. I think they
They're
take
big.
up a lot of real estate. Where do you keep yours then?
I think some of them might be in my current home because my parents have made it their life mission to just
Archive anything?
No, to just-
Uncle Patch.
no, they especially since I moved into my home, my parents have taken it as an opportunity to purge almost everything of me from their home. So every time I see them, it stopped. I finally lost it on them a few months ago around Christmas time, and they've slowed down since then. But for, I'd say 6 months, it was every single time I saw them, there was like 5 bags full of shit that they wanted out of their house. Now, I don't know why. I don't know what they're doing with that space. I've been back to their house, and it's not like that space has been refilled with like their stuff. It's just they want to get it out of there. So I think some of my yearbooks are at my home, but I think a couple of them are probably still there.
Yeah, they're pretty heavy. I'm every time I Maria Kondo my place, I think what do I want these things for? They're so big and bulky, but they're fun to.
Memories, my
They're
friend.
expensive too.
They're very expensive. You guys get class rings? Caelan, did you get a
No,
class
I
ring?
didn't get a class ring.
Those have to be the lamest purchases, right? I mean, who wears their class ring? I'm sorry if anybody listens. I feel bad. I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to. Call
I don't
you
think
out.
I got a class ring, but I definitely know people who did.
What do you do with those? What
Wear them on your finger,
for how long?
sometimes a day at a time. I feel like these are pretty
You're
basic
so
questions.
philosophical. Well, no, I don't know anybody who wears their high school class ring. Do you?
Probably not anymore, but maybe they did through college or something. I don't know.
That's just a
Ask
weird
Jason
tradition.
and Jake. They should know.
Oh, they didn't get theirs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, those two were there are reasons. I'll tell you, there are reasons, and they'll save that for a future show. But yeah, I don't know. I guess I never really understood it. Maybe I was wondering if maybe one of you guys did. You have one? Did you get one,
Yeah.
Gary? What did you do with it?
Nothing.
Oh,
I wore it probably 5 times, and then
Yeah.
it sat in a box. I still
I'm
have
sorry
it.
if you still wear it. I really
No, I don't.
put you down, and
No, don't worry about it. No, especially high school, I think some people do wear their college rings, at least maybe not necessarily from our generation, but I feel like my dad's generation, like a lot of those guys would wear their college rings.
they're college rings too. Yeah,
Yeah.
I just think that the only other ring that men should wear, other than their wedding ring, is for like
It's a cock ring?
Super Bowl ring.
Ow! That's what we should get our 69 follower.
Yeah,
Fitting.
what was it? We should want some Watercooler branded.
Yeah, I agree with you though. Like a sports championship ring is kind of one of the only other acceptable pieces
Yep,
of
that's
jewelry.
pretty good.
But they're also so absurd.
Yeah,
just-
they're huge.
They're
and-
huge and they're just begging for someone to ask you about it. Which,
Yeah,
I mean, I guess if you
got
achieve
it-
that.
you want people to ask you about
We
it.
still talking about cock rings?
Yeah, Dawson still wears rings. I wish he was here. Yeah, I think he wears rings and bracelets.
Yeah, he definitely does.
And I think, I think I asked him. He doesn't. He never takes them off. He can, like,
What if you're
shower,
like a
whatever.
brawler?
Oh,
Then
but-
you're totally allowed to wear like one of those like 3-finger rings.
Brass knuckle. I
That's the one.
think those are highly illegal.
They are.
the 3-fingered ring.
Sometimes you got to make a sacrifice to make a fashion statement. I think we all know that.
It is definitely a deadly weapon, Caelan.
Yeah, it's absolutely. Brass knuckles are very illegal.
So what you're saying is I should take mine off right now.
Yes, Matt, you're making us all uncomfortable.
I said, look at it.
Ask me about how I got it. And also something else. Caelan asked him earlier today, how many cups of coffee is he had? Because Caelan, average, how many cups of coffee do you drink a day?
4.
4 cups of coffee. That's
I
a
didn't
lot of
even know that.
coffee. Is it not?
That seems like a lot.
But there are people who drink like 20,
Yeah.
and they're
Yeah.
okay. At least I think
Sure.
I've read articles.
Well, I've only recently developed like a coffee schedule where I have one coffee at like specific moments in the day, and I do that throughout the week.
How large of a coffee?
Just a regular mug.
Out of the machine here.
Like 2 cups.
3 out of the machine here, 1 out of a Keurig at home.
Okay.
What do you go with for your Keurig pods?
Honestly, I'm not even the one that buys them, but when I do, I like the Dunkin' Donuts brand.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
I keep what we used to drink here at my house. The
Kona.
the San Fran. What
The
is it?
Kona's good.
Yeah.
The Don Francisco
Don
Francisco
Francisco.
Oh,
Kona
that's
blend.
right. I used to like that coffee. That was
That's a
It's
great
good.
coffee.
That
It's
was.
good, and it translates well to the K cups.
Yeah, I don't know. 4 cups of coffee is a lot, but then I think, what's the harm?
But you know what? I drink more than I use K cups. K cups are there for the just convenience, but Pure Coffee Club, that stuff's good.
Vinny's That's Vinny's company.
Yeah, it is.
That's what we drink here with our regular coffee maker if we're not using the Laird machine.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
I love Vinny's coffee. It's very, very good. Pure House.
It's purecoffeeclub.com.
Oh, Pure Coffee Club. Never mind.
Yeah.
What do I say? Pure House.
I don't know.
I'm watching a lot of music.
You've
videos
been
this
hanging out with
weekend.
Insomniac,
Oh, that's Plur. That's
but it's
Life.
also house music. So
Yeah.
Plur House. I think I've got Plur House and Pure Coffee Club
That happens.
mixed up.
Yeah.
I mean, here's the thing. Caelan is by nature a very low energy person. So it's actually kind of surprising to me that you drink 4 cups of coffee. This is what you're like on 4 cups of coffee?
Oh, just 3 today.
Yeah,
actually.
exactly.
Well, but here's the thing. Caelan has stopped napping at work. So maybe
Oh,
that's what it
that's true.
takes to get Caelan to
Hold on,
stay
stop
upright.
napping. I feel like
Yeah.
a week ago I saw him sleeping on the couch.
That must have been a no coffee day.
I couldn't tell you. I did take a little rest the other day on the couch, so I can't
Yeah.
deny that one. But I definitely don't sleep as much as I used to.
Right.
I'm worried. Maybe I'm addicted to coffee then
How
because
much coffee do you drink?
I'll drink probably 2 cups, maybe 3 a day.
Okay.
And
I don't think that's addicted.
well, here's what I'm worried about though is like I don't know if the caffeine. I just like the taste and I just like the experience of drinking coffee.
Then you should have decaf.
I don't necessarily know if the caffeine really does anything to me or for me.
I mean, I'm no health specialist, but I'm pretty sure a lot of caffeine is not good for you.
Well, you just
I
said
feel
you're
like
not a
if you
health
drink
specialist.
enough
so I
water,
don't-
then it probably isn't. I mean,
Yeah.
mixed with a diet.
Switch to decaf for a week and see
That's
what
what I'm
happens.
saying.
I
Switch
drink
to
black-
decaf. You just like the taste.
I do like the taste, yeah. But then I drink a cup of coffee and I could fall asleep right after.
So can I.
Easy. Like after a meal, it's so good after a meal.
Oh, people look at me like I'm insane. Like if I'm in the right circumstances, I'll get a venti cold brew at 8:30 at night.
Yeah.
No problem. And go to sleep before midnight.
But then when I was serving, I would, like some of our older tables, older in age, they would say, "Oh, I can't do a cup of coffee after 8. I'll be up all night."
Right.
And I can't relate to that at all.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. So I wonder if I'm addicted.
I used to have people that would come into Coffee Bean at like 10 in the morning and would say I can't have caffeine or I won't be able to sleep at night.
At that
Oh.
hour?
Yeah, at that hour.
That person's insane.
Yeah, they were. They were insane.
Do they go to bed at 3 in the afternoon?
Yeah.
Like, what is happening?
Some
But
weird
they would
hours.
often tell me how they can't sleep if.
That's so weird.
I think it was just to ensure that I gave them decaf and not regular.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because you can't tell by taste. You
For
can't.
me, most weekdays, I will have a cup of coffee in the morning. There will be an occasional, maybe like once a month, I will have a second cup of coffee in a day. And on the weekends, I generally don't drink coffee at all.
That's pretty much where I'm at.
Just work days. It's all it's part of your.
I guess I do
routine.
drink coffee. One out of every 2 weekends, I'll have a cup of coffee, one day or something. But in general, it's 1 cup that comes with me to work. And once a month, I'll have a second cup throughout the day.
You got the occasional Red Bulls going for you, though.
I kind of stopped that.
Oh, you did. You haven't drinking a Red Bull in a while. Yeah, I've noticed that. It's
I
just
still-
mostly bubbly waters now.
I still drink Red Bull every now and then because Mark got into the habit of bringing it to
Yeah.
me. So now Mark every now and then will show up for Reasonable Doubt and hand me off a Red Bull, which is extremely sweet of him. And I don't have the heart to tell him I kind of stopped that. But then I'll drink it because it's there. And
Yeah, I recently had to take Red Bulls off of Adam's rider because everyone's like, nobody's drinking these Red Bulls, and I realized they were for you and Dawson. Dawson liked the Red Bulls too.
yeah,
And yeah, so I remember.
sugar-free Red Bulls are pretty necessary on those trips though. Like
There's some late tires.
yeah,
Those-
a lot
those
of
trips-
travel that
Yeah.
goes into that.
Oh, I agree. But and just quickly, how do you guys drink your coffee? Just because the listeners want to know. I already know, but
We all know I use the hazelnut creamer. It's been widely
that's
discussed
right.
on the show. But just a little splash.
Just a little splash, just a little hazelnut.
much, it's not even using that
It's a
much.
touch of hazelnut.
Yeah,
Just
it's
a
like
little
a
touch.
little touch.
Just a little touch of hazelnut.
Yeah, it's not that much.
My coffee is the one aspect of my life where I've gone full Vinny
Black.
with heavy cream.
Oh, okay. That's the full Vinny. And Matt, do you put sweetener in yours at all? I guess the hazelnut
creamer.
kind
It's all in
of
one.
sweet on its own already.
It's really about the practicality. I only need to put one thing in my coffee.
That's the whole reason I drink black coffee. It's really, I'm glad I like black coffee because
Yeah.
it's so practical. Caelan, what about you?
As long as there's no sugar in it, then I'm fine.
Really?
Drinking
So-
black, cream, the non-sweetened powder we have here I throw in there.
A little
But
bit
I
of
guess
whiskey.
one weird thing that I do is I don't like hot coffee.
That is
So
weird.
I will put ice, not enough to make it an iced coffee, but enough to make it so I can drink it.
So will I. I'm with you.
Yeah.
When I
okay,
had
good.
my horrific
weird.
ankle injury earlier this year,
you fell into my ankle. Oh. Did your coffee help you?
I sprained my ankle.
when I had my awful ankle injury this year, which I still don't know if I'm 100% recovered, Caelan was very nice to pick me up and take me to work because I couldn't drive. It was my right foot.
No, as it turns out, you could drive. As it turns out, you were being a huge puss, milking this for everything it was worth.
Oh, it was hurting
including
so-
rides to work
Yes, including rides to work.
So Caelan had to go out of his way to pick me up
and take you home.
and take me home. Those were fun rides.
Yeah.
Okay. We would listen to Stern,
Yeah.
laugh about the old times, and as a token of my appreciation, a small, very small token, I would bring Caelan a cup of coffee in a Yeti mug.
Yeah.
So I'd come in, I'd have 2 Yeti mugs. Well, he would have to come to my door because I can't crutch and carry the mugs at the same time. So Caelan would have to come to my door to get the mugs.
So Caelan has to go out of his
Yes,
way,
he does.
find a parking
Yep.
spot in Long Beach, which I'm sure is not simple,
Yes.
and then get out of the car, come up, and get the coffee from the boo-boo.
Yes. He would have to double fist the coffees back to the car, and we would sit in there, and Caelan wouldn't take a sip.
I couldn't take a sip.
Caelan, what's wrong?
I would try every
It's too
once
hot.
in a while.
It's too hot. And he wouldn't even take it into work. Too hot. And then the only way he would drink it is if he remembered to drink it on the ride home.
In which case, it was still pretty damn warm. Those Yeti cups.
Those Yeti mugs are awesome.
legit.
Yeah.
My wife constantly makes fun of me for that.
What?
I won't, I am very sensitive to, super hot food, super hot liquid.
Too hot.
Oh,
for
yeah,
you.
yeah. Oh, it's too hot. Oh, Gary. Oh,
You turn it down a little bit.
oh yeah, sorry.
Do like an 8.
Yeah, okay, you're right.
Like a 6.
Okay.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, that's exactly right.
Yeah.
That's why they call you Hot Lips Gary, right?
My wife calls me something that's not exactly appropriate, so.
Yeah, they do keep it pretty hot, but it was the only thing I could think of. Caelan, what else can I bring?
You brought me some egg bites too.
Oh, I used to make egg bites.
Yeah.
I should make those again. I used to make the egg bites, yeah.
Didn't you
See?
have egg bites this morning?
Yeah, but I would make my own. I would actually crack the eggs and whip them up myself.
Ooh,
Why?
Look at you.
Because
I know, but
Empowerment.
I had
but
full
why?
control. I had full control over what was in them.
Nah. No
Did
need.
you raise the chickens yourself?
No, I didn't. My friend has chickens, and he doesn't name them. That's right. He doesn't name them, and cause, I think it's because he eats them after he takes all
would
their
be
eggs.
hard.
What a life.
Yep.
All right. Well, since we're talking about food,
Oh, good transition.
I think it's time for some Chez Fondiler. But Matt, I have a surprise for you.
What's that?
Casey Peters, who does the intro to Watercooler that you all heard,
You better be careful here, Casey, because you step on my toes.
we put out a call for people to make songs for us.
Oh,
and,
that's right.
And Chez Fondiler still didn't have an intro for as long as he's been doing the show. It's just Gary asking him the magical question.
Yeah, I thought that was the theme song, was Gary's
is.
magical
But we need a
voice.
theme song because Caelan got a theme song, and everybody's jealous of Caelan.
Right.
True.
Caitlin got a theme song he's not fond
Except
of.
Caelan's not jealous. Okay.
Oh, come on. So he gave me 2 versions. I've not heard either one.
He gave you Casey Peterson
He gave
2
me
different versions.
Casey Peters from Portland,
spotter.
a listener from
All right,
Portland.
now
the
I've
spotter.
previously said I get Final Cut, so
Okay, well, we can
Let's-
still put
let's
out a
run
call.
'em.
This is just the first one. But he sent me Chez Fondiler intro, and then Chez Fondiler intro remix.
oh, okay, so it's probably the same one, but like a different mix.
We got to start.
You think? Oh, wait, no.
Let me slow down for
Man.
you.
That is very introspective. I had no idea. Okay, so let's listen to our very first submission for Chez Fondiler.
What type of foods might we hear of today? What might be the price? What might be the venue? So let's find out. It's time for Gary to say, hey Matt.
What's on the menu?
Wow!
I like that. See?
that.
Bravo, Casey. You didn't step on my toes at all. I like
That
that.
was good.
All right. I mean, I think we got to hit him with a little bit of the remix.
Let's hear the remix.
Okay, let's hear. That was very good, Casey.
That was great,
Thank you
Casey.
very
Good.
much for sending that. All right, let's see what the remix is.
Oh no!
What type of foods might we hear of today? What might be the price? What might be the venue? So let's find out. It's time for Gary to say, hey Matt.
What's on the menu? See, this works great.
I feel like the remix better.
I like the remix better too.
Something about it didn't really sit with me.
I don't think Matt gets final cut. I think, at least for now, that's the leader in the clubhouse. But we
No.
are still taking submissions
No,
for any
I
other
believe
songs.
I was very clear that I'll get final cut, and I will cut the header off of that one.
But anyway, Matt, why don't you take it away? Because we got some bracket busting to do.
Oh yeah, we do. So we are about halfway through the first round. How many goddamn segments is this going to be of the practically starving semicircle? This is the way that we are figuring out the best food of all time.
Yes, Matt brought this up. For one, Shay, at the end, it was an afterthought, Shay, a few weeks ago.
It wasn't fully formed.
And he's just like, guys, I think I want to figure out best food.
Yeah, I feel like of all time has been added since that started. I think it's just best food.
Yeah, just best food.
Yeah, best food. And now, I always feel like I need to reset just in case somebody listens because sometimes people skip shows. Matt has been trying to figure out best food, and you know he's serious about this because usually Matt has a post-it note in preparation for all of his Shea Fondelays.
true.
Now he is evolved. He's upgraded.
He skipped right over the buck slip.
Skipped the buck slip, went straight for the 8.5 by 11.
People watching the video version.
Yeah, for YouTube.
Yeah.
YouTube.com/not
Real.
watercooler, by
This
the way.
is not a test. This is actually a full size.
I can make a water cooler. Why don't you
piece of
I don't know if
paper.
we need to.
I don't know, man. I'm just fond of the URL for Patreon.
I am too.
Remind people what that is so they can sign up.
Patreon.com/watercooler.
It's nice.
Wasn't that? It's so tight.
So
it's
good.
nice.
It's just
Yeah.
clean.
So-
Drop the just Facebook.
That's right.
That was where I got my inspiration.
I love it.
Very, very well done. So we had 16 foods. We've done a lot of bracket busting, as Chris already said.
The Social Network was so good.
Oh, it was so good.
What a
delightful.
movie.
It is just. It's
I'm sorry,
sings.
Matt.
No, it's
You
okay.
got me
I will
excited.
stop everything to talk about the social network.
I
Was that David Fincher's last really good movie?
I don't know.
I mean,
was-
he's done movies since then,
I
but
know.
that was
Meh.
definitely the one that everyone's still talks about.
It was
Yeah.
Sorkin's best movie.
yeah.
I agree. And I love Sorkin.
I do too. And Molly's Game is a great movie, but Social
Molly's Game
Network.
is fun.
Social Network's gonna be real tough to top.
Yeah.
Just that opening scene where they're just at the bar
Yeah.
talking, and it's rapid fire, but there's so much in it. It's so dense.
So it's just so Sorkin with the dialogue.
Yeah.
And the music.
Yeah, Jesse Eisenberg, so good.
JT?
JT.
Come on.
That's right, Justin.
Where'd JT go?
Where did he go?
Yeah.
Where does he need to go?
He was in a good gang of movies there, and I feel like I haven't seen him in a while. I miss him. That's all I'm saying.
I heard he was partying with Insomniac.
Oh,
that could
yeah.
be.
JT kind of goes off the grid. Mm-hmm. Yeah, what is everything is tied to Insomniac. Is he the new Illuminati? A one-man Illuminati? I don't know.
These are dangerous questions you're asking,
Yeah,
Chris.
I should not be saying
Save it for
this
the
on air.
Patreon, dude. Don't put that one in the public one.
All right, you're
We're gonna
right.
go Down.
You're right. All right, Matt, go ahead.
So we have 16 foods. We had 16 foods, and we're making our way through the list. We have 2 more matchups here, and this is gonna be tough. There's only 4 of us. Usually there's 5, so a deciding vote can happen.
Uh-oh.
But I think these 2, I don't know. We'll see. Whoever was in charge of this bracket maybe didn't do a great job.
Matt?
Whoever.
I don't.
Shea Fondiler Industries has a large staff. I don't know who was specifically in charge of this particular assignment, but let's move on.
Made its way up to you.
Here we go. 2 of the best foods of all time. We'll start with this one. I'm going to go a little bit out of order here. Wings.
See, you already know which one.
You're already going to pick wings. You don't even have to hear the other thing.
I've already heard enough from the previous brackets to determine that's what I'm picking.
Okay.
Caelan
Anything
already
that- it
picks
would-
wings.
Anything I might debate it with has already been decided upon.
Well, that's what I think. To make this bracket legit and full of integrity, one of our judges will pick
Integrity.
the choice before hearing
Yeah.
the other option.
Yeah, he didn't even hear the other option.
don't
but
need
that's,
to.
I'm not sure if you would necessarily
Wings
do
or
this.
$1 million.
Yeah, it was up against
that
$1
is
million.
delicious.
Now I just cheated. I looked over and saw what it was. I think Caelan has made a choice he's going to be perfectly comfortable with. I personally would not be comfortable because I think this is much more of a Sophie's choice. But I think Caelan's going to be cool.
Wings or French fries.
I'm not sorry.
Sorry, not sorry. All right, vote for wings.
I thought you said bacon was the only singular food.
Well, wings have sauce on them,
Yeah.
as I was told it wasn't allowed
I'm
to
just
be a
saying-
singular food.
French fries was the controversial singular food that I was speaking of that caused so much turmoil last time you brought it up.
That's true. That's really funny. Yeah, well, French fries, I feel like, again, this is a much more, I don't know if we're going to include breakfast potatoes in with the French fries, but certain home fries are essentially chopped up French fries.
This is a layup
So
for wings.
I feel like the French fries can be had at any time of day. The wings, who wants wings for breakfast?
I do.
I do.
I want
I
wings for
like
breakfast.
All right. I haven't made my decision yet
What-
here.
how
I'm
about
just
this?
trying to weigh both sides.
What about Caelan? Let's talk about the range, because you could have good fries and then bad fries. There's some bad fries out
Oh,
there.
sure.
Sure.
Definitely some bad fries.
But bad wings.
Bad wings are bad.
Bad wings are
Bad wings
awful.
are bad, yeah. Bad wings will
What's the
scar
worst?
will scar me. Like if I go to a place and I have bad wings.
Bad
I used to
wings-
get Wingstop all the time, and then I moved down to Long Beach, and the one by me, I had a bad experience with the wings.
What was bad about it?
Which
Bad
normally
wings will
only
scar your
happens with
toilet.
bone-in wings, boneless. I mean, it's kind of really tough to have a bad
Boneless
boneless
wings
wing.
are tenders, though. I don't know if I would call them wings. You kind of need the bone. I feel like that when I put the wings down, I felt like the bone was a
I should-
part
Yeah,
of that
I can see
experience.
that.
I shall clear this up for
But
you.
I
because-
will not go to Wingstop.
Okay, those are bad wings.
Because
So
of-
here's what I will say about Wingstop, just because we're talking about it. Wingstop disagrees with you. Wingstop has bone-in wings, boneless wings, and tenders.
Tenders are long
I
strips
see.
Tenders are deep fried.
and deep fried.
Okay.
Boneless wings
Breaded.
are small. They're more like nuggets.
Oh,
least-
nuggets. That's the
At Wingstop.
Okay.
So
Well, to me, what would give the wings the edge over the French fries is that you get to feel like a caveman when you eat wings.
That's part of
And
why
when
I
you eat
love it.
French fries, you just get to like stuff your face with it, which of course is a great sensation as well. But the caveman pulling off the bone, I think you're cheating yourself if you get boneless.
You are. I agree. But on the flip side of this, while wings are just so glorious, and I would be empty in my life without them, think about how many meals would be instantly diminished by the absence of French fries.
Yeah.
There's a myriad of things that would just be vastly diminished if there wasn't French fries sitting there right next to them.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what makes this tough.
A
for
burger
me.
with no side is no friend of mine.
No, it's not. And by the way, I would argue my wing experience is going downhill if I can't get some fries on the side.
That's
if you please.
true. The
Really?
wings are
I don't care
good
for
with
fries on
the-
wings.
Yeah, the fries are good with the wings.
Yes,
too.
I'd
they
rather
are.
take
Although
the celery
Wingstop,
and
great fries.
Great
I will
fries.
say
Get
that.
them right
Okay.
there on the side of the wings.
Wingstop.
All right.
Glorious.
I'm going French fries. I'm sorry. I really want wings to win, but I got to vote for French fries.
This is a tough choice. I will admit that. I wouldn't.
Your vote's
I
for
wouldn't
wings. You
I
already
know, but I'm just
decided.
saying I don't fault you for picking.
Thank
French
you.
fries. Yes.
I appreciate it.
Well, I think in the interest of Chris has already gone on the record for wings, so I think in the interest of just sanity and order in the world, I have to go wings. We can't have a
You should
tie.
go with
we
wings.
can, we
Truly
can have a
feel.
tie, and we can have Dawson tie break it on the next episode. If we,
Yeah,
but,
that's
Go with what
true.
you
but
really
don't do
feel.
it. Yeah, don't do it just for the sake of the game. Go with your heart, Gary. This is
I
what
agree.
that's what this
You
whole
know, I gotta. I think I'm
competition's
sorry.
about.
I think I have to go French fries then, and I'm sorry for the listeners
Oh,
who
this
are.
is being deferred to
is-
next episode.
This is going to be resolved on the Patreon, and
Yeah.
that's not. I'm not doing that
to be
on
a dick.
purpose. I'm doing it because, and for the record, I've already decided while this conversation is going on, I'm getting wings and fries for dinner tonight. It's a place down by me called Inferno Eats. Delicious.
Ooh.
Garlic fries, by the way. Garlic crisp cut fries, if you please. Delightful.
So we
But
didn't even talk
I-
about garlic fries. That could also be.
that could be
Oh,
its
I
own-
didn't think about garlic fries. Garlic fries are my favorite fry.
Bro, this fry place that I go to now has garlic fries on the menu and crisp cut fries on the menu. And I
Oh.
called them up one day and I said, how about
shut
garlic crisp
up,
fries? And he was
shut
like,
up.
hold on a second. He gets back on the phone. He's like, you know what? Yeah. And I was like, you know what? Yeah. Thank you.
Like the
Oh my
little
God.
crisp cut parts, the little squares, just holding pieces of garlic. How come
no one's done this
You know what
before?
they call
Delightful.
them? You just call them Gary and go. I'll take the garlic pockets. They'll know what you mean.
Oh.
I just call this guy up now and I go, it's Gary. And I know him. I know his name as well. We're friendly.
Yeah.
And he goes, garlic crisp cut? And I go, oh, yeah. Yeah, that's right.
Wow.
Thank you.
I envy your life, Gary.
Oh, it's glorious.
Garlic crisp cut.
So I got to go French
I
fries
never thought of
because
that.
Oh, it's just.
Now I'm very glad that I went for French fries because I would take that over wings any day.
Do I like garlic fries better than wings?
Well, listen, I think it's fair to let Dawson break the tie.
Yeah.
I think it's only fair.
I think it is fair.
Because a good wing, a great wing.
What does this world come to, though?
It is a battle.
Where does this world come to, though, where we're putting this in the hands of Dawson?
I know. Well,
Yeah.
he's a wild card, you know?
He is. I'll be interested to hear.
All right, so we're going to move on to the other bracket. Wow, I'm so shocked that we couldn't come to an answer on that.
Couldn't.
All right, this one may be a little bit easier to decide. Barbecue ribs.
Which is also singular food, by the way.
Again, with the sauce.
You really
with the
are.
Sauce, with sauce. If you've been listening to the show, we threw out singular foods, all right? Remember that? It just
Yeah,
became
but you
all.
brought them all into the bracket. I don't understand.
Barbecue ribs or a Snickers bar.
What? Well, that's a new one. What the hell?
Yeah, Matt just pulled the pin on the grenade and dropped it at our ankles.
Jesus
Like,
Christ.
Was that too hard of a decision to make? Is this going to be another
No, it
epic
ain't.
battle?
No, it's not. That's an easy decision to
the
make.
only epic battle, Matt, is that Snickers is in the bracket.
We had to have 16.
The only battle here is Matt with mental health. Snickers bar.
Is that your
All
only?
right,
Well, I
it's
do
absolutely
believe-
the best candy bar. So
Is it? Why is candy bar a category? What about dessert? Do you have desserts in there?
I believe candy bar was like part of the original list here.
I think
I know
it
Caelan doesn't
went
like
off
sweet.
from chocolate. It originally
Yeah,
went chocolate,
exactly.
and then he said, but it needs to be a kind of more specific, concrete
Right, because
option
people were
from
complaining
chocolate.
about
Yeah.
the single food thing. I'm just so
So then you
bummed
threw
I
it
brought
out
up
there.
single food.
Well, yeah,
It's just fucking invaded this bit,
really
dude.
ruined you.
It's so crystal clear without the single food.
Remember when we had the great candy debate of 2015 or whatever year we did it?
Barely.
And we talked about the best candy bars. What did we all agree with Snickers?
No, we didn't. But
There was a giant
I
bracket that
stubbornly
went
enjoyed the
online.
Snickers. I think it came down to like the Take 5 and something
Oh,
else.
yeah, we got sent to Take 5.
Yeah, that's pretty
Yeah.
good.
Even I like those.
Yeah, those are damn good.
I mean, it's good.
All right, you know what?
But
I'm going to
best
cross
food,
out
Snickers.
Snickers. No, I'm going to Take 5. Barbecue ribs.
Even more obscure.
Fucking
though.
audible.
Barbecue ribs.
Round 4
or
pulling
take
audibles.
5. It's been changed. I wrote it in pen. Can't erase pen. Except for those
erase
one
pen.
pens. Those were terrible.
Yeah, those are erasable
God,
pens.
those did not
erasable
work.
pens were
Awful
garbage.
idea.
All right.
Suck
Well,
me
listen. I was
left-handed.
gonna say barbecue ribs, but now that we changed Snickers to Take 5, I have to think about this because Take 5 does have the salty, the sweet, the chocolate, the caramel, the pretzel. I mean, it's everything. It's everything you could possibly desire.
Well, I'll jump in. This is very easy. It's clearly ribs.
Yeah.
It is very clear.
There is no circumstance in the world where any candy bar would have me eliminate ribs from my life. That's
All right.
just not
Is-
happening.
But is that the only sweet in the bracket?
Nope.
By the
Okay.
way, for me, you hurt your chances. I would much rather have a Snickers bar than a Take 5.
Yeah,
Okay.
we tricked you.
Oh,
The test, Matt, and you failed.
Here's the thing. I was actually tricking you guys. Barbecue ribs for the win. I think we can all agree it's the best, especially after my my pork shank experience, which isn't a rib per se, but again, that like caveman thing of like ripping the meat from the bone. Barbecue ribs. Come on.
And how do you guys like your barbecue ribs?
Spicy.
In my mouth.
Spicy, slathered.
I
I like them
Yeah,
a little
what was that?
charred.
Yeah, the burnt ends. Come on.
The burnt ends.
I like the ones that fall off the bone a little bit more. Some people like the ones you got to really, really work at.
Oh.
I think the ideal one's like partway in the middle, but ultimately you want to clean that bone.
Yeah.
Definitely a baby back ribs guy.
Baby back are my favorite in that department.
I hate to be all Carl Weathers on you guys, but do you pay attention to the way other people eat wings and ribs?
Yes.
Because I do, and I can't stand when there's meat on that bone, and they're just tossing them down.
Yeah, no, it's look, it depends on the kind of rib. As Matt was enumerating there, if it's fall off the bone and you're leaving meat on the bone, I can't hang with you. But
Yeah.
if it's harder to get the meat off the bone, I can understand not wanting to sit there and gnaw at it like some kind of a monster in a public restaurant to try to get every last morsel off. So, I will judge you assuming I am eating the same ribs and I can put a gauge on it.
All right, that's fair.
That's good.
Is there any seafood other than the surf and turf?
Nope, not anymore.
No. Oh, not anymore.
We had hot spoon food, which could have included some sort
Oh,
of
chowder.
some form of
I said,
chowder.
what an upset that was.
That
The
was-
hot spoon food.
Yeah.
And yeah, because Chopino is hot spoon
There
food.
you go.
That's a seafood.
Another rough one.
That's a very delicious seafood.
But as we
Shocking
learned,
that didn't do better in this.
I realized part of the reason it didn't move on is because for multiple members of the water cooler, the food's too hot. So the hot spoon food is going to burn their little lips, so we can't let that move on.
it's so hot.
All right, again, let's make it like a 4.
Okay, sorry. I'm a little pent up. Felt good.
All right, well, listen.
Therapeutic.
Barbecue ribs is moving on, and I'll be damned if Dawson votes a certain direction. We could be looking at a wings versus barbecue ribs semifinal here. So maybe who designed the bracket didn't do such a terrible job.
Oh,
That'd be a quarterfinal.
Yeah, I don't know how this works.
I'm explaining brackets to you,
Thank
though.
you.
Trying to help.
Anyway, we're gonna figure that one out, and I hope you guys will join us on our Patreon show because we're going to figure out the last quarter of the 16, and we'll resolve wings versus French fries. But until then, that's what's on the menu. Oh no!
What type of foods might we hear?
I don't. There's no outro. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just that one. I don't.
I'll take a new outro over that for sure.
I love how Casey left that opening for Gary though. Very thoughtful.
that was
That's
good.
going to be a tough one to beat, but the challenge is still up there. So please.
Really great job. I really
Yeah.
felt the boogie on that one.
Bravo,
Me too.
Casey.
And now.
We all want to know one thing. Your opinion's what we need. So Caelan, get on that mic and flick the bean. Oh, Caelan, flick the bean. Respect all women.
There's always a little dog.
You got to seek out for the little dogs.
right.
We got
Dogs of all shapes and
We're all
sizes.
about representation here.
All right. Well, this week I'm going to be reviewing The Old Guard, a movie I had almost no knowledge about.
Yeah,
I
did you
had
guys?
no idea it was
This is
coming
the new,
out or anything.
This is the new Charlize Theron movie
Yeah.
on Netflix
Yeah.
that I'm getting a ton of ads for. Whenever I sign on Netflix, it's basically
pushing
saying,
it.
You need to watch this, Chris. This is a big deal. I didn't even know it was getting made.
Yeah,
I didn't know much about it, but
I'd seen the trailer.
something that does help, and what I love that Netflix has done, because I've definitely gone on record saying I hate those auto trailers that Netflix has, and I was really upset they got rid of the star ratings.
Both big mistakes. for
But
sure.
Thanks, Amy Schumer.
Yeah, it was her fault, right?
it was her fault.
The star
That's what I
thing.
heard.
The star thing was
Why? What happened?
She
I
had
don't
a
remember.
special. I'd have to look it up to get this right. So forgive me to the 3 people who know the exact story and are shouting at their iPhone right now. But she had some special come out. She had made some political statements, and it became popular amongst a certain political sect to go on and give her 1-star ratings to try to tank her special. And Netflix responded by changing this rating system. I
To
think.
like the percentage of how much we think you'll like
Yeah,
this, which
which
is
means nothing to me.
It is completely useless.
Plus, as a guy who shares his Netflix account with other people, and I don't have profiles, it just really is confusing me.
By the way, Netflix, if you're listening to this and hunting down Chris Loxamana, it's chrisloxamana1@gmail.com, his account to try to cancel him. While you're at it, if you don't have multiple profiles, don't make me fucking select the Gary profile every time I sign on. What the fuck?
Oh, good
What
take.
the fuck?
Good take.
God, that shit's annoying.
Yeah, thanks for getting my account canceled while simultaneously making your great point. You didn't have to do that. You could have just.
I believe you were the one who got it canceled when you announced you're sharing it.
Yeah.
You can share your Netflix account. That's right.
Yeah.
Or am I?
It's questionable. They've come out before and said they're not going to do anything about it, and then recently they've kind of been like, well, for now.
Oh.
Oh,
Come
I
on,
feel like
guys,
I feel like they've
seriously.
always given you like a certain amount of people or devices that you can put your account on.
They do,
I
but
know I got a
one,
couple people on my account.
they
You don't
do,
have-
but one of these days they're going to start tracking where those IP addresses are.
yeah,
They're-
one of these days. But while they're not, you don't have like a little community. Like I got Netflix. That
You
person
got-
has Hulu.
You got Hulu. He's
That
got Disney
person-
Plus.
Yeah, exactly. We're all kind of just.
swap it around.
It's very incestuous as far as
Alright, I got a bit of that
streaming
going on too,
services. Yeah, see, Caelan,
got a bit of that, yeah.
knows. Yeah, I got some bit of that.
Yeah.
Sure. Anyway, but what I was saying was what I do love that Netflix has done is they do their top 10, which is kind of cool to see what is in the top 10.
Oh, yeah, I like
that
that too.
helps a lot.
Wow, Chris, that's not what I thought you were going to say. And let me see if I can blow your mind here. They have also stopped the autoplay trailer. You have to go in and change it in your settings, but you can turn that off now.
I didn't.
Mind blown.
I'm texting.
I thought that's
now.
exactly where you were going. I'm so glad I
didn't
can
know that
share with
either.
you guys. Yeah, this is a recent
Tech Talk.
Goddamn. Yeah, Tech Talk.
Tech Talk.
I don't have a joke corner this week. Sorry, I'll get
I
to it
don't
on
have a
Patreon.
song for it either, Casey
But
Peters.
but yeah, you can go in. You have to change the setting, and it'll stop autoplaying the trailers. There you
Now that is a tech talk.
go. There you go, guys.
Now that is a tech talk.
Joke corner coming on Thursday.
Okay, yeah. All right, Caelan, you have some big
All
big
right,
act to
well-
follow there with that tech talk. But
Yeah.
good luck.
So this movie, just dropped out of nowhere on Netflix. It's directed by Gina Prince Bythewood, who also directed Love and Basketball. Which
I did not watch that.
I have not seen it, but that's the only movie I recognize
Isn't that
from
like
her.
12 years ago?
It was a while ago,
for
but
sure.
Again, it's the only movie I recognize from
a good
the rest
movie,
of the
Matt?
credits.
I haven't seen it either.
Oh.
It was written by Greg Rucka,
I think that is a good movie.
Love and
I can
Basketball?
picture the
Yeah.
poster.
I saw it a long
Yeah,
time ago.
there's no
I
of
think
it.
that is a good movie.
Is it like
think it's pretty
handwritten?
good.
The font? I remember being thin. A thin font.
Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe it did have a handwritten look to it.
Maybe I just wrote it down one day.
Yeah, the writer doesn't have many credits on IMDb either. He mostly writes comic books. He's a comic book writer, and this movie is based off of his comic book. It stars Charlize Theron and Chitwell Ejiofor, who are both pretty fucking awesome. 125 minutes, 81% with the critics, 75% with the audience Rotten Tomato score as of right now. It's about a group of soldiers who have, for unknown reasons, been granted the gift of immortality and rejuvenation. However, their powers fade away after hundreds of years without warning.
Yeah.
So not so immortal.
Not immortal. That was my problem with this because that's
For
how
a
it's.
time being.
I would argue immortal shouldn't have a ...
Look up immortal. It's not a finite thing.
So then what would you call it?
What
They
would you
have-
call living 10,000 years?
If it's just say for 100 years you couldn't die.
That's called life.
But you couldn't
But you-
die.
Oh, I would say that's
And you recome
Invincibility.
back to
Oh, invincibility.
life.
Finite invincibility.
Finite. That's a
FI.
scientific term.
limitless
Yes, FI.
rejuvenation.
Yeah, so
is what I would call
so it's
it.
Alright,
FI.
And
fair
Caitlin,
enough.
by the way,
FILJ.
I'm not hating on you in what you just said.
you're blowing my mind right now.
But I'm not
This
hating
makes a lot of
on
sense,
the
but
fact
I
that you
didn't
said
know
it.
that.
When I saw the trailer, they described it as immortality, and then I started watching this movie. I haven't finished it, but I started watching it, and they reveal that eventually their powers fade and they do die. And that's not immortality. Just look up the definition of immortal. It
That's
has to
classic
go.
FILJ.
It has to go forever.
Yeah, I think peak finite invincibility, PFI, peak finite invincibility.
Finite.
Let's see, Groundhog Day, peak finite invincibility,
Did I
right?
repeat?
Wow. This is
Palm
really
Springs.
gonna-
Palm Springs, which Caelan hasn't seen yet, so we will flick that after he watches it.
Palm Springs.
I'll flick that.
No, you shouldn't flick that. Caelan's flicking it.
Why not?
Because I
Just
know how
'cause
you
guys
feel about it,
disagree
and I
with me?
disagree.
How dare you?
Palm Springs, the new Andy Samberg movie.
It's on
on
Hulu.
Oh yeah, no man.
on
If you
Hulu.
need an account,
Yeah, you can
just let
use
me
our
know. I'll look you up.
I was using Caelan's account for about 5 years, by the way.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of other peak fight. Oh, this is not the segment for that. Caelan, go ahead.
All right. Just to continue with the synopsis. Also, a pharmaceutical CEO aims to capture the small group and harness their blood to create life-saving drugs.
For a time.
Fucking Bill Gates.
It's only going to save your life for a little bit, and then it's going to fade away.
Someone, I read somewhere. I think it was on Reddit. It was a conspiracy that, what if oxygen is actually poisonous and it's slowly killing us?
Huh?
Because we're supposed to live a lot longer, but breathing in all this oxygen is slowly killing us.
That came out of shower thoughts.
Yeah, I think it was one of those Keanu memes or that one with a kid
Jesus.
with the weird face.
Let's leave that to the news nook, okay?
Yeah, that's more of a news nook thing.
Oh, you know what I want to news
And for the record, I don't believe that. I was just trying to make them.
Kaylin, I'm very sorry, but just 1 second. You know what I need a News Nook update on, Matt?
A what?
A News Nook update? The Wayfair scandal.
Oh, yeah.
Look into it.
I did.
I don't
read
even know about
that.
this, so
Oh,
I could
well,
really use some more
by
information.
all
Pedophiles
means-
be ordering furniture, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, don't
Except
order
it's-
that $10,000 pillow. It's
late.
not what you think.
Yeah, it ain't a pillow. And it ain't furniture.
Yeah.
All right. So this is
Well, all right.
back to the
Just tell us about your fucking movie, all
Caelan
right?
just did a verbal Homer Simpson back into the bush.
And that was Derailing the Bean.
That's good.
So this is essentially a superhero movie. These people are just like superheroes for a time. The action is okay. It ain't no John Wick or Extraction, which has now been like the yardstick for which I'm measuring action movies that have a lot of hand-to-hand combat.
No Mission Impossible in there. Fallout, a lot of good hand-to-hand combat.
I'm with
There
you.
is hand-to-hand combat, but it's not as good as the one in John Wick or Extraction.
The bathroom scene.
John Wick is a better hand-to-hand combat.
That's
action
3
movie.
minutes of hand-to-hand action that's decent, where a guy's shirt pocket appears, compared to
A great
70
scene.
minutes
I'm
of a
not
movie
denying
that's
that.
all
Okay,
hand-to-hand.
again, this.
Great scene. Great scene. Except for that shirt pocket.
Yeah.
Very annoying.
So
Look it up.
they're
Look into it. Just saying.
also
explain it to
Also the
me.
mustache, right? Isn't the mustache?
You can-
Wasn't that a thing?
I don't know that one, but not Tom Cruise's character, but the other character,
Henry
who's-
Cavill?
yeah,
Cavill?
who's fighting
that
alongside
him?
of him.
Yeah.
Halfway through that scene, he in the middle of him like kind of shaking around, a shirt pocket appears, and it's not like you cut from one shot of him to somebody else and back to him, but while he's like basically like moving his arms around, a shirt pocket appears. on
Well, I
his
think because they
shirt.
had to do some reshoots on that scene, and he was filming like Justice League at the time, so they had to like CGI his facial hair in.
Oh, so is it they CGI'd out a shirt
So-
pocket for the scene, but they missed a couple frames? Is that what you're saying?
Or when they were somehow reshooting it, he was wearing the shirt pocket. They had gotten that wrong. I don't know.
I'm saying he's fighting without a pocket on his shirt for about 90 seconds, and then all of a sudden a shirt pocket appears.
Did you notice that while watching, or did you notice after you heard that happened, you went back
I
and
saw
looked?
it on the internet.
Oh, okay.
So Charlize Theron fight Superman in this movie?
Yeah. So what about her shirt pocket?
Get
yeah,
back to Extraction already.
It's they do try to do a lot of the John Wick style moves in it, which I think a lot of action movies are doing these days. It was just kind of the first movie to do it.
The gun fu, or what do they call it? Taekwondo, or where
Yeah,
he has it's close combat gun fighting.
Nice.
Yes, it's like that. The movie's too long, that's for sure. It definitely felt like it was
I will say,
dragging.
the way you said 125 minutes,
You could already
I
tell.
knew you were going to have problems with the running time.
And you know I like long movies.
That's true.
But you know,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, when
I always say on the show that I like long movies.
when I started this movie last night, having seen the trailer, I clicked on it and it said 205, and
Nope.
that's not ideal. You
no need
tried.
for it to be that.
Palm,
long.
Palm Springs, by the way, 90 minutes.
What is the ideal movie time?
Depends on the kind of movie.
Depends on the
yeah.
it
Now
depends
look,
on the genre.
Tenant's coming in at what, over 3 hours, and I'm there for it.
What is?
Endgame?
Tenet?
I love more of it.
Yeah,
I wanted more Endgame.
I was fine with Endgame being over 3 hours. I am very much looking forward to Tenet being over 3 hours, but I was just fine with Palm Springs being 90 minutes.
I
and
think-
in retrospect, it should have been 75.
So
That was flipping the beam.
don't let him.
It doesn't affect me. I got
Says the guy with the mask. He doesn't infect me.
affect.
Oh, I thought you said infect. I think
Don't
for
mask shame Caelan. How
I'm not.
dare
I don't
you.
mean to mask. I have
How
not
dare
mask
you.
shamed you.
I'm actually
That
proud
felt
of
like a
him for
mask
wearing a
movie.
mask.
Yeah.
Yeah, me
Probably
too.
should have been doing it sooner.
You probably should have been, but
Caelan is compromised.
your journey.
Yeah. Well, I didn't realize how compromised I was until slowly more
Until
and more
Dr.
people.
Drew grabbed you by your shirt collar and went, for the
Screamed
love
at
of
you.
God,
Yeah.
Caelan, listen to me.
Yeah, and then some more evidence on top
Yeah.
of that.
Keelan, you're no longer immortal. By the way, I'm sorry. I didn't mean
no, don't.
I didn't mean to mask shame you. I really want to put this out there in front of our friends here.
Go
Matt,
ahead.
Gary, Caelan.
We're all proud of Caelan.
Yeah.
We're all proud of Caelan, and I didn't mean to mask shame you. And
Don't worry about it. It makes sense because you can't hear me as well. So you thought I was saying something.
No, I could hear you just fine.
Okay,
I mean,
well
I
then-
don't-
okay,
yeah,
well then.
yeah,
Caelan,
it's
Screw you.
really.
Since you're wearing a mask, can you do your favorite line from the mask?
Somebody lick me.
Yes.
All right,
But I think
There
that's
you go.
exactly the opposite of what you want right now. If someone licks you, they're far
Oh
too
yeah,
close.
don't say that.
It's not
Yeah.
properly social
Can't do that.
distance.
wrong
It's
kind of
not good.
mask to say that line.
Yes.
You're doing a movie review, right? What's going on?
Yeah. What you really got derailed
Damn.
here.
Yeah.
Oh,
Try to
anyway,
focus.
so comedies, I think 90 minutes is solid.
Yeah, that's good.
But what was Wedding Crashers? It was
Way too
long.
long.
It was
Way
you thought
too
it was
long.
too long.
Way too long. Yeah, it was close.
There were some scenes that could have easily been cut.
Oh yeah, There were some that shouldn't, but some that absolutely could have.
And there was
but-
like a weird fourth act, like when his spiral down.
Yeah, that was
downhill,
way
like-
too long. But
I think that's what happened to Funny People too.
Yeah.
I
Funny
remember
People
the
had,
first
like,
half of the
5
movie
acts.
was great, and then it was just kept going on.
So comedy
and on
needs to
and
be
on.
shorter.
But I don't think there's really a rule because Bridesmaids has to be 2 hours, and that movie's flawless.
the movie is very good. Yeah, Bridesmaid
So it's
rules.
just, do you
Bridesmaid
have
rules.
it or do you not? I think you need. I think what you need to do is you need to make the movie that you want to make, and then you need to have some very funny people watch it and tell you where to cut stuff.
Because yeah, you definitely want it to be a little shorter, just an easier pill to swallow.
You just want it to be funny the whole way through, and that's the problem with Wedding Crashers. I think we can all agree there's about 25 minutes in there that just doesn't need to be there and isn't very funny.
Definitely lost some LPMs with the length. Yeah.
So what about the superheroes?
The movie's too long, and there's just not enough like substance to it.
What movies have substance? I'm kidding, kid.
It's fine. It's fine. It's an action movie. You're kind of just getting what you're expecting with it, which these days with Netflix is, at least more than I could hope for. At least they're giving me something that I don't really hate and I'm extremely disappointed by. Like Triple Frontier.
What's Triple Frontier?
Do you even listen to this show, Chris? He reviewed
That
it.
was like one of my most angry I'm upset with you movies.
I don't remember the
in-
names of all of them
since
because I
Annihilation.
obviously didn't watch it because I listened to the Bean
It was
Scale.
Oscar Isaac, Charlie Hunnam, Ben Affleck.
Oh, Triple Frontier.
Yeah.
Another
Yeah,
Netflix original.
that was that Netflix original. Me and Caelan were super excited.
That's
for.
right, I
completely
remember.
Forgotten the title of that. That movie was so
It took
bad.
me a second. That's why I paused because I was trying to remember.
By the way, while we're on this and not derailing
Don't
Caelan.
shame me for not knowing Triple Frontier.
By the way, while
I
we're
shamed
on
you.
this,
That's my
we're
bad.
not,
Sorry.
we're not derailing Caelan very much. What's peak Cameron Diaz or peak Charlize Theron rather?
I was thinking about that. I'll be honest. I was thinking about that. I would say.
What was that actually?
I would say 2001 to 2020. I don't know. She's just amazing.
What's that one where she was with the gorilla?
Meet Joe.
Yeah, that was
Mighty Joe Young.
Mighty Joe Young.
Yeah.
I
That,
don't know. I have to look at her whole. Gary's giving you a look. I'd have to look
What
at
was
her
the
whole.
one
filmography.
with
Joe Young.
Mighty
That's
Joe
your coming with?
Young.
Obviously joking. I just need to look at her filmography. And again, as discussed on the show, where it's not just the physicality; it's the whole picture.
Likability.
Likability.
Lovability.
don't
It really
subscribe to this.
P anything should just be the lovability of the character, and that does include.
Agreed.
Yeah, it includes everything.
Oh, here we go. Perfect answer. Michael Bluth's girlfriend Rita, Arrested Development.
Really, she was very cute in that.
Mr. F. You're going Mr. F. Wow, Matt,
Well,
that is amazing.
Are you-
Considering that it's about personality and likability, Matt just picked a mentally deficient person.
That's right.
Wow, Matt, that says a lot about you.
You know, I'm accepting.
I mean, myself, I don't know. I mean,
Yeah, look at the IMDb.
The Italian Job.
Italian Job
Oh,
strong.
Italian Job
I
is
mean,
Pretty strong.
Fate of the Furious. Those dreadlocks.
No, that is not it. The Furious is not it.
I'm biased.
It is strictly the hair.
I know.
Yeah, and, you know,
I got
look at-
scissors though, Caelan or Chris.
It might have to be the Italian Job. I don't know.
Italian Job. I don't know. Mighty Joe Young was pretty good.
I'm standing by it.
All right, but
I will
yes,
also say.
tweet us your PCT to @Dawson.
I was going to ask you, Caelan, that movie Atomic Blonde was another Charlize Theron
Yes.
hand-to-hand combat heavy
I never
movie.
actually saw that. I never saw that one.
Oh, okay. I was-
Hancock. She's a superhero who lives forever, immortal.
Ooh, actually, immortal.
Hancock.
PCT.
that might be it.
It's been a while since I've seen that movie.
So, Caelan, you were reviewing a movie.
I think so.
Yeah, what happened? You really let this thing
Yeah,
go,
I
Caelan. It
know.
just
I'm
slipped
all
out
over
of
the
your
place
fingers.
now. Oh, there's a couple unexpected moments in the movie, which is nice.
Okay.
I like when that happens.
Describe an unexpected moment, like a
So,
really broad one.
Like you're watching the movie,
Go
and then
on.
something happens, and you go, "Oh shit! I was not expecting that."
I get.
Yeah.
I've had
Okay.
that totally. Great
You walked
explanation.
right into that one, Chris.
Yeah, that's,
you were
uh,
asking for that.
There's really no
That's what's
arguing
on
that.
the bean
Yeah.
scale.
Bravo, Caelan.
This movie could have been like a lot darker, and it would have been a lot cooler. There's like a kind of fucked up moment that happens to it, and if they just like expanded on that, I think it could have been a lot better, which is disappointing. But again, you're kind of getting what you expect. It's fine. It's an action movie. Charlize Theron kicking ass. It is flickable. Just a straight 6 out of 10.
All right.
Oh, flat 6.
Flat 6, yeah.
I will probably not waste my time with that.
And that was regular B.
I'll be finishing it at some point.
It's fair.
Yeah. Watch Patriots Day. It's also on Netflix. Very good. Once again,
Heath Ledger.
no. This is Marky Mark and the Boston
Gibson?
Marathon bombing, which like
Patriots.
it just that movie makes you mad. It's just so horrific,
Yeah.
in just in so many ways. But especially because it's all, it's a true story.
There was one thing that I forgot in the review, and that is, Chris, you could have almost watched the movie. I now actually watch movies through the lens of, is Chris going to be able to watch this or not?
This is too scary.
And I got very far into the movie until I was disappointed by the fact that I couldn't legitimately tell Chris, you'll be okay watching this movie.
Yeah, I just need everybody rates movies G, PG, PG-13, R, NC-17, X. It just be rated C or not
X.
rated C.
X.
If it's rated C, I can watch it. This movie's definitely rated C.
I like that Chris is going all the way to X.
X is a thing, isn't it?
It was like before we were born.
What's an X movie?
That Midnight Cowboy won Best Picture is famous for being an X-rated movie. But
See,
we
there
don't
you
make
go.
movies like that anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, NC-17.
What
Showgirls
was
was
that
NC-17.
movie?
That's the only one I could... Thelma and Louise, I think, was NC-17, wasn't it?
Oh, Nymphomaniac. That was probably an X-rated movie,
that
right?
was NC-17.
Damn.
Or unrated.
Unrated. Well, we don't worry about those, no, Caelan. So for your movie,
Apparently
this
we
movie
do.
for this movie is rated C. And then
It's actually rated an NC.
It's NC.
It's NC.
It's NC.
And you would think NC-17. No, Chris is in his 30s. So this is NC 30 plus.
This is just rated NC.
Yeah.
No, Chris. All right, good to know.
Yeah.
So this is NC for sure.
Barely.
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 BNC.
I would,
Not to be confused with PNC.
I would argue that means that you could watch this movie with Caelan as long as he had the remote and could hit the 10-second
Yeah.
forward
Yeah.
button twice.
Change the channel and then change it back.
Is that my version of PG-13? I'm just a teen, and then I have to watch it with supervision, and
I
or
don't
else
know,
they won't let
Chris.
me. All right.
If it looks like a duck and quacks like a duck.
All right, let's get that out of here. I don't like this show anymore.
We love you, Chris.
I love you too. All right, let's get our plugs in, and I'll start over here with Caelan.
Oh, don't worry about me.
Gary.
So profound.
As I know.
Check out Daves of Thunder on YouTube. YouTube.com/Daves of Thunder. And while we're going with just delightful URLs, Patreon.com/Watercooler.
Oh.
See you Thursday.
Oh, Thursday show. Matt.
I would also encourage people to sign up for our Patreon if you have not. It's $5 a month if you want to just hear the extra shows.
Yeah. $5 for a whole month.
I think that's pretty great. You can also follow me on Twitter at Matt Fondiler. And I just saw the movie 1917. It was pretty fucking amazing. So
Yes.
I highly suggest that one too.
Caelan, have you seen 1917?
I'm pretty sure I rated it.
Oh, yeah, you have.
Chris pays a lot of attention to your segment,
not-
man.
This is
Apparently Chris is not
embarrassing.
paying attention
You got to
to me.
hook them like I do with the food segment, Caelan.
Yeah, I know how
He never
Matt...
forgets a food segment.
I know how Matt feels about Mammoth Diners. I don't know. I don't know how you feel about 1917. I saw 1917. How does this make you feel, Caelan? I saw 1917 on the plane.
Oh, God, I already hate that's
That's
the
what I
worst.
said. I was like, why would
Just
you
stop
watch it
talking.
there?
We landed about
stop
10
talking.
minutes before the ending. we touched ground.
This is yeah.
Everything turns
Just wait
off.
for it. Wait for it.
Just watch Hustlers like a fucking gentleman.
Everything turns off. And so I just wikied the end.
Isn't that just isn't that just
what?
sad?
That
And
is so
Gary, I
sad.
know you haven't seen the movie, so we
disgusts
don't need
me.
spoilers here. But to watch
It's history. You guys can go ahead and
watch
spoil it.
90 of the 100 minutes of that movie, which by the way I think is the perfect length for a movie. 100
Great,
minutes.
yeah,
Just
great.
100
Good length.
minutes.
Good pace.
Doesn't need to be more or less.
Yeah.
And if you're gonna do a longer movie, you
I
better
would-
have made a good short movie first.
I wouldn't have
Otherwise,
hated
go
it
fuck
if
yourself.
1917 was longer, though.
I thought that was the
Same.
perfect length for that movie. But to not watch the last 10 minutes after you've watched the first 90 on an airplane and then just read about the last 10 minutes, oh, Chris.
The fact that you watched
That's-
it on
I
an
had to
airplane
order it.
alone, I didn't really care.
You know what that
about
is right there? That's PCL.
That is. That could
That's
be
peak
PCL.
Chris Loxamana.
Is it?
That is some shit only Chris Loxamana would do.
I don't know. I think the whole peak thing has just been skewed. That has nothing to do with my my likability / attractiveness.
No, it makes me dislike you.
Oh, good. All right. And so Matt, you're plugging 1917.
Yeah, dude, that movie is great. And I mean, I had to splurge. I had to spend $6 and rent that on HD. It is not available like on a streaming service.
You still have it? Could I get your account and watch the last 10 minutes?
You have approximately 7 more hours left, but yeah, sure.
Sweet.
Don't even let him.
You know what, Caelan? You're right. I won't. Sorry,
I don't
Chris.
like this. I don't like this turmoil between
Did it
all
to
of us.
yourself.
As for me, once again, just please tell your friends about this show. I know we are doing this twice a week. I know one of them is through a Patreon, which we truly enjoy doing. And just either way, however you listen to the show, we just appreciate it. We love doing it. Please tell a friend if you think they'll enjoy it, and even if it's just this first episode of the week. We love doing it. We hope you will continue listening to us, and tweet us your PCT at Los Angeles. All right, that'll do it for the water cooler. What? Oh, also, Carrie reminded me, and I've been meaning to talk about this. I got a batch of these cookies. Now, these cookies are called cookies, or I don't know. It starts with a K. The cookie batch, but it starts with a K.
Go on.
And they make
It's just pronounced cookie.
Well, then why does it start with a K? No. Well, anyway, there's this company called the Cookie Batch, and it's so tasty. Like, my favorite kind of cookies are the thin, crispy cookies. I know not a lot of people might agree with me on that, but I love a cookie that's thin, and just pop them in. They're like little morsels of delightfulness.
Hell yeah.
And so there is a company called the Cookie Batch, Kookee. So it's already spelled weirdly in more ways than one. But I promise you it's worth it. They're on Instagram at the Cookie Batch, Kookee Batch. And they deliver to people around like the Palm Desert, Indio area. Matt knows where that is.
Sure do.
Because that's Coachellaville.
Yeah.
And so if you guys want some cookies delivered to you over the weekend, they're just a great treat. And just check them out. You can just go to their Instagram, look at the cookies. You will be very happy, I think.
I saw a picture of it. It did look fucking delicious.
Yeah.
Let's get some sent to us, huh?
You want some?
Yeah.
I'll get some sent to us.
Please do.
All right. So check out the Cookie Batch. That is my plug. And we'll see you Thursday on Patreon. And Monday, I don't know why I'm dragging this out. Just thank you so much for hanging out with us. We'll see you next week. Later this week, too.
Wow. That's hands down the least smooth ending we've ever had.
Yeah.